What's good, y'all? Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's your boy ARP, and we back here with the Sorry is True podcast. Hey, let me say this real quick before we get into the topic. Shout out to everybody. I see some of the DMs. People send me hats, they send me shirts to my PO box and all that, and they ask me about doing sponsorships. I haven't ventured too much into that lane. I'm just never really been that guy that's like, hey, send me X amount of money and I'm gonna put your products up on the screen and all that. If it's something that I really rock with and I really want to support, then 9 times out of 10, I just do it for free. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. If I start getting approached by like some big companies and all that, of course I gotta listen to the business of it. But I just want to let y'all know that like if y'all don't get those responses from me on IG, it's not because I'm not trying to do the whole supporting of each other type of thing. It's just that I've never really gotten too deep into the whole, oh, let me also try to pick up a bag over here by putting up somebody's, t-shirt and I don't even know the company. I don't know the t-shirt. I'd rather rock with you, support you, and just do it for free. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of, give me another quick 30 seconds, people. Since I got my St. Louis hat on this morning, let me show some love to some of these St. Louis legends. I got my man Holla up here. Remember, people, Holla has an event coming up. He's obviously got the collab event, Bags and Bodies versus the Riot. So that's Geechee Gotti's league, the Riot, and of course, Bags and Bodies belonging to Hitman Holla. They going at each other with money on the floor March 1st. All right. And then the big event on Bags and Bodies, Hitman's follow-up to the event of 2024. He's going with One Night Stand and he's battling Miss Hustle. Okay. He's also got New Jersey Twerk on there versus Vixen, Av versus Shayna Ashley, Shotgun Suge. This is the next battle after battling Easy to Block Captain, right? And going viral with all that. He's coming back. He's battling E Hard. You can't have a viral battle versus Easy to Block Captain and then lose to E Hard, Shotgun Suge. So, all right. And he's closing out with a Gorilla Monsoon versus Eon Moore. So, dope card. It's got an album dropping in March too, called Our Culture. I don't know why it's not up here on your gram. Holla, why is your album not on your gram? What's going on here? He definitely got an album coming out. And speaking of your gram, man, yo, post some of my Sorry is True shit, man. What's going on? I don't see no Sorry is True posts on this nigga gram, son. All right. Good morning once again, everybody. We're here. Let's get to this topic. 50 Cent continues to expose Big Meech and his son. You see my thumbnail says exposed tour because this is what 50 Cent does, right? It's pressure, it's consistency, it's a 30 years plus of him and Ja Rule, and he's still gonna find some way to kick him, right? It's 50, it's who he is. When somebody shows you who they are, don't act shocked, don't act surprised. Okay. So for him to jump out there and boldly call one of the most known drug kingpins from the hip hop world a rat, right? You got to stand on that. And it's a social media era now. And I think Big Meech is going to have to adapt to that. I'll save that part of the topic later to the second half of the stream. But this is what 50 Cent does. And if we get into some of these more recent updates as to why dealing with this guy is a headache and a half. Let's bring back up some of the latest and greatest from 50 Cent's Instagram. Okay. Reminder, this is a 34 million follower platform. Very powerful, very strong. 50 Cent puts up one post, it could change your life. Literally. I think he's the one that made Floyd Mayweather start to get dressed up and start to be a little bit more tightened up in his interviews because he did the whole thing like he couldn't read and all this type of like anyway. This is who 50 Cent is, man. A couple posts from him will make the whole world turn, look at you, and ask questions. And Big Meech is his latest target. We did the backstory on a prior stream as to how we got here in the first place. But speaking on the updates now, what is it? This one right here? Yeah, I think this is the.
I want to send out a formal apology, to my man 50 because he had posted some on the Instagram and he said, yo, Gene, if I said it, bro, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's like from his mouth to God's ear. But a lot of the stuff was said and that was done. I did some research, thanks to paperwork, thanks to Art over out there in Detroit, thanks to the the two DEA agents I spoke to, and what I found out, and this is my
Damn,
own
two
personal
D
feeling.
agents.
It don't
Damn.
look good for Big Meech, who was somewhat of a hip hop cultural icon that they made songs about. And I say this wholeheartedly. Feelings don't change facts, but facts will change your feelings.
Ooh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, to be fair, Gene Deal isn't the most 10 out of 10 credible person in the world when he speaks. Like I've seen a lot of his Diddy based interviews, and it's just like he throws a lot of stuff out there, and maybe some of it is true, maybe some of it is false, maybe some of it is half the truth. But for him to get on camera and issue this apology to 50 Cent and then, say that he spoke to two DEA agents. This is the thing about it. Like 50 Cent, even though he has a large platform, he's still one person, one representative of an opinion or of an accusation, right? Now this internet is weighing in, right? It's one thing for a podcaster like me to come in and say, look, man, I'm going to try to sit on the fence, sit in the middle, continue to decipher the facts. I want the documentary to come. I want to see paperwork. I'm listening to 50. I'm also listening to Big Meech and Big Meech's son. I'm listening to everything. And, I can't be swayed based on a 34 million follow platform. I'm going to go based on what I see and what I interpret and what I feel. But I'm also just one person. You got all these other people coming in. Now, when you got a Gene Deal or some of these other people that come out and say, I spoke to two DEA agents, that's not good. Like people add credibility to it. And Big Meech, he's gonna have to fight this. But once again, let me save that piece of the topic to the second half of the stream. Going back to this same post here, let's read the caption. 50 Cent post, apology accepted, Gene. I didn't know what was going on until Tammy told me what was up. When the pic with Fat Boy came out, that's Rick Ross, she called and said she did all this shit for Big Screech. He came home and told her she was not good for his image. That's why I said the biggest mistake he made was not sustaining his relationship with Tammy Cohen in my first post. So this almost interprets like obviously 50 Cent had this information he could have posted in his first post or this, I should say, position, right? But it's like he's saving it. What are you saving it for? For the documentary? Is this a rollout? Possibly. And this is what continues to look bad from the 50 Cent type of chessboard that you're dealing with here. Like that's a detail that I think a lot of people wanted to hear and understand because topic number one, let's get into it. Let's go there. I don't need this right now. Topic number one, standing next to a snitch or an informant, right? Whether you're a street nigga or a civilian will put you in a certain type of light and people will have a certain type of look at you. That was a question. I said it on my stream as well. I said, now, if the girl Tammy is just a civilian and she was not in the know and she got swept up in all of this controversy or these issues by whatever authorities and she caught some charges and she told, so she's a civilian. She ain't had nothing to do with nothing. And it is what it is. Like that's she's not in the street code. Okay. She doesn't need to follow the rules that y'all niggas need to follow. But if she's running and gunning and she happens to be in the background, collecting a little extra bags on the side and like, oh, I know what this is drug money that I just got deposited in my Cash App. Oh, I'm gonna do this with BMF, or I'm gonna do this over here, Big Meech, and then I'm gonna go run over. Then it's like, no, you're in the loop. And you happen to be one of the people that got grabbed and you told that's a snitch, that's disgusting. You folded when you already should have known the consequences going in, right? We don't need to get into all the definitions. But then it created the question of like, if she's on that second part, like on the snitch side, 50, what are you doing associating with her? Why are you promoting her? Why are you like documentary on the way? Well, that right there is saying, I got this call after the fact, right? Because that's another thing too. Like, where was all of this 50 Cent energy when other people were chirping this stuff in the background, the Blue Da Vinci's of the world and some of these other people Where was all this energy, 50 Cent? Well, he pretty much just answered it. He's damn near trying to clear his name on the low too. Like, look, I ain't know nothing about nothing. Tammy called me. She told me she did this, that, and the third. And I said, word, bet. It just happened to line up with the time. Well, actually, he didn't say it lined up with the time. He said after the shit with Fat Boy, after the shit with Rick Ross, she called him. So he's clearing his name. Like, no, don't think I was just trying to hang around and benefit. Like, no, I found out when the shit kind of started with me and Rick Ross and Big Meech. So, that right there was important for 50 Cent's character as well. He's got to stand on that. Hopefully, no contradictions come out about that as well, because we can't have picks. If you's a street nigga, you can't break the codes directly or indirectly. Okay. And I'll give you another example of that. That's like one of the scratches on Whack 100's jacket, right? Like when he does the interview with $1 million worth of game, and Wallow and Gilly are like trying to sarcastically get at him and still be cool about it and laugh about it. They're serious still at times. Like, yo, dude, the guy 6ix9ine just came home. He claimed his rat behaviors and his informant behaviors. What the fuck are you conducting business with him for? We don't understand it. You's a pyro, right? And what does he say? Like, can't nobody tell me about my business on like that's forever going to be a stain, right? I think Whack 100, because he speaks well and because he's always out there pushing his own narratives and he has a popular voice. I think he's gotten to a point where he's been able to not sweep it under the rug, but move it under the rug a little bit. But that's a stain. If you're just calling a spade and being 1,000, that's a stain. I don't care about however it's described. Like, I'm just can't tell me how to get my business. I separate the business world from the street world or whatever. No, you can't have it both ways. And sometimes when the people try to have it both ways, I'm not saying whack, no disrespect, but those are the people that, once again, they get in that box and they apply the variables. Anybody that sits in these gray areas and creates variables, you got to get away from them. It's either black and white. This is the code. So I either can do this or I can't do this. That's it. Now, let's move on back to 50 Cent's gram. Actually, why did I take it down? Let's get on to the next update coming from his gram in this exposed tour that he's on. Like, this shit is kind of he's a fucking tyrant with this shit. All right, let's bring his gram back up here. Cool. All right, 50 Cent. This is why I got Big Meech's son in a thumbnail. And not just because of his connection to it, obviously, but he put a new post up on his IG about Lil Meech. Let's go.
And today I'm coming to tell all my supporters, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever you got, you trying to make it go up, hit me right now. What up, though? Boss of all bosses. And today I'm coming to tell all my supporters, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever you got, you trying to make it go up, hit me right now. What up, though? Boss of all bosses.
Ain't nothing wrong with that in general, right? What's the caption? 50 Cent's caption says, Big Screech got Mimi doing promos, $500 a pop. Get you one while it lasts. Oh man. Sorry, it's true topic, man. I gotta delve into this. And we're not done, people. We're not done. We still got some more working to do. Okay. I hate I hate getting into topics like this because I know that it applies to even some of my peers in the battle rap world. And it's like, damn, like I be knowing the truth and I respect people's situations and I be quiet and I try to mind my business. But this is the Sorry Shoe podcast. And it's like, yo, if I can't go there, then I got to change the name of this platform, right? This is just an honest moment, people. Don't feel offended unless the shoe fits. And if the shoe fits, I mean it with no disrespect. When you have a post like that, hey, what's up, y'all? It's the boss, the biggest boss of all bosses, and hit me up if you want to do promo. You know what I'm saying? Shoot me a DM or whatever. I never knock the next man's hustle. A hustle is a hustle. A dollar is a dollar, right? It's the frequency or the commonality of you doing that will expose you, right? You saw 50 Cent's caption, right? He's alluding to the same topic that I'm getting into, which is he put up, damn, he's doing promos for $500 a pop. Now, like in the battle rap world, for example, you'll see people tweet that or post that on their gram, like maybe somebody's not in the best spot, and then here comes a post like, "Hey man, features for the low." Well, why is it for the low? Right? Nobody that is in a consistent good spot ever comes beneath their valued worth or what they set for their worth. If I believe anytime I come out my house to host a party or to do a walkthrough, it's $25,000, that's what it is. And if I'm consistently staying in that bracket, or if my life is there and my finances are there, when you call me and you offer me 10, I tell my manager or I tell you myself, decline. I'm 25. The moment I'm 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, and then I post on my Twitter, oh no, hit me up. I got them for the low now. Nobody wants to change their price. You can't walk into Target and negotiate, right? Why is that? Why can't you walk into Target and negotiate? Why can't you say, yo, this box of cereal, y'all keep selling it for $9.99, man. I'm trying to get it for the low. Why can't you? Because Target don't need your money. If you don't want to pay the $9.99, get the fuck on. We don't got it for the low. You get it? And that goes for all these franchises, right? Their finances are consistently being sustained, so they don't need to dip down, right? Now, it's no different than the Christmas post, right? Christmas specials, or I'm doing one rounders in December, right? When it's a artist that typically we would want to see do a 3-round battle. Like, these are all ways to grab some of these bags and lower your price, and even sometimes keep your head above water. And that's why I try to be sensitive with my intro to it. It's like, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody got it like that. Like, what? Fuck it. Let's do it real quick. I'm gonna Google right now. I'm not even gonna bring it up on a screen, but what am I gonna Google? I'm gonna Google what percentage of the world has $1 million household incomes. According to current data, only around 1% of the global population has a household income exceeding $1 million. This means that a very small percentage of people worldwide fall into this income high tax bracket. Okay. Now, I know youngins out there, people out there, some old folks as well. I know the imagery that we see, the big houses, the foreign cars, the jewelry, the expensive designer clothes, the traveling all over the place. People want these lifestyles, but set a expectation. And hopefully it even motivates you to realize that if you want $1 million household income, you need to fight your way into the 1% bracket of this world. 1% bracket. That's what you must be inside. Okay. Now, that's why when I see the Christmas post, when I see the features for the low, when I see the 1-round specials, when I see a post like what Little Meech just put up and 50 Cent clown him for it, these people don't be in the 1% tax bracket, and they're not even in the 15% tax bracket. Maybe that 15% tax bracket is a $500,000 household income per year. And it's a very low percentage of people in the world that are there neither. That's not 15%. Are you kidding me? That might be 2-3%. So Big Meech, or I'm sorry, not Big Meech, Little Meech, exposed this also in his text message, whether he realizes it or not. 50 Cent already exposed this. So this was from a prior stream when we went over 50 Cent putting out what Big Little Meech sent them. They just told me you unfollowed me on Instagram, and now you managing Skrilla Baby with Rocket when I brought him around you first, when you didn't have a clue who he was. Now you mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty in human. I go through my own shit, but I never switched up on you. Fuck Ross. Fuck Ross. Ross, you can't, how could Rick Ross, by the way, you can't promote or stand next to Big Meech if his son is saying fuck you, by the way, unless you're just reaching. So anyway, that's not even the topic that I'm on right now. Fuck Ross. But he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. Okay? And then 50 Cent, being who 50 Cent is, says, what next season, little nigga? Savage. Okay? So when we see that post on 50 Cent's gram and Little Meech doesn't look that enthusiastic and he's talking about sponsors, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to work. I'm going to take your promo. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure what that post means is if you DM me and let's say I want to say, hey man, post my Sorry It's True podcast thumbnail on your Instagram. That's what he's gonna do. Or post it in his story or some shit like that. And I'm gonna assume that because he has whatever amount of followers on his Instagram, that some of his followers are gonna turn in my direction and bring me business or bring me views or bring me subscribers. That's what the promo things be on IG and on social media. Okay. It just the text message to 50 Cent, the post, the situation within itself. 50 Cent and Little Meech, without him realizing it, they're both exposing the financial situation that they're in. And this is why on the last stream about this topic, I said, this is lifelong beef. And you see, we closed it out with the Chappelle skit. I'm like, people, stopping a man from eating is akin to killing him, i.e. what Chappelle broke down, right? That life jewel that we played. This is bad. Like, and just this fast, whether it's in text message or on your IG, you're showing the world and you're showing 50 Cent your financial spot. You're not even figuring out how to retain that so you look strong, at least to the other people that might be able to help you or the person that's attacking you. War tactic wise, these are failures. These are failures. Like if you got to read the room, and sometimes it's not about what's true. Little Meech could have $5 billion in his savings account for all we know, right? He doesn't, but you got to read the room. The timing of things matter. If Rick Ross and Meek Mill's collab album drop, Shaq and Kobe, and the numbers don't do good, right? And then Meek Mill goes online and he posts that, yo, I got this Cadillac Escalade for sale. That's where academics is able to attack him because maybe he has 50 of those Escalades and he's just trying to offload one of them. Like, I don't need it. It's collecting dust. This is the internet that you're in front of, though. So if you look like you're on a decline, if the album just dropped and it didn't sell, and here you are posting that you're trying to relinquish some of the shit in your garage, add it all up to the common perception. This is also tied into marketing 101. If you are going to eat out of the music industry, right? Your image is one of the biggest pieces to it. Looking the part. That's why all the fake jewelry is out there and the fake diamonds and all that type of shit. Looking the part. Moneybagg Yo will tell y'all, I used to take pictures with these celebrities to act like I was on the in circle until I really got on the in circle. Looking the part. You can't post that Cadillac for sale right now. You can't post that features for the low right now. You can't post that, yo, DM me and we're going to do some IG promo right now. Well, then again, I'll rephrase that. You can if you're that bad in a situation where it's like, I don't care if y'all read deeper into this or 50 Cent turns me into a caption saying, damn, y'all better get them $500 a pop while they last. I don't care. The fact is, I need this. I need this right now. And that's a possibility. Woo! Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me get back to Big Meech. Big Meech was down for 20 years, right? We saw that he was arrested in 2005. He was convicted in 2008, and he just came home. 20 years. It's a long time. You want to know one of the biggest things that changed in the last 20 years? Social media. It's one of the biggest things in the world. It's probably top 5. Social media. When Big Meech was outside, he was in the DVD era, and you still had the internet then, right? Yeah, because, well, the internet pretty much is what killed the DVD era. When YouTube came around, when's YouTube? Is YouTube 2006? Hold on. When did YouTube start? YouTube started February 2005. He was arrested in 2005. So that makes my point even stronger. Big Meech wasn't even home for. I mean, I know they got the internet in these jails and they sneak phones in and all that, but to really be of the internet materializing, exploding, and growing, I'm not even at the social media level. I'm just talking about the fucking internet. Back to our dial-up modem days and getting on AOL and CompuServe. Y'all could talk that 80s baby talk. He doesn't come from that. He's a DVD era guy, right? Mixtape era guy. Um, I don't know if he understands, but coming out and putting up a post like, I just want to let y'all know this is for my friends and my family. I never folded, never told, never will. I just, that's it. I stand on business and I'm out of here. And that it could be that he doesn't understand the social media era and the internet era. That not only is that not it, but that actually creates the train effect. Like now you're on the train, and now because 50 Cent will use his 34 million following platform and continue to post and clown and laugh and point out and still trying to lead on the way to the documentary from Tammy dropping and all this. That post actually further ignites. When he posts that, he narrates over it and clowns you and people doing the read cards in the background. That's not enough in the internet world. I think there's a lot of old school, or if you just came home, OGs that might think like, yo, the streets is the streets. The streets know, my family knows, my associates know, my friends know that this is my truth or this is what they believe. So I'm good. Not if you're trying to move around and get money out of a space like the music industry. You're already dealing with somebody that has blackball capabilities, meaning that a 50 Cent picks up the phone and says, stop selling the slow bucks merchandise in your store. True story, right? True story, right? He picks up the phone and says, don't put this liquor in your clubs anymore. Don't bring him on any movie sets. Don't give him like 50 Cent could make some of these calls to some of these people. If you want to interview from Tony Yayo, Vlad, ever again, don't try to book Little Meech to come up there and speak on me. Don't do it. Or I'm going to attack. Not only am I going to stop any of my wave coming your direction, but I'm also going to attack your platform too. And that's what people say, it ain't worth it. Oh, Little Meech interview? Hey, man, with all due respect, man, I fuck with you, but I'm booked that day. That's how that goes. That's how some of the blackballing shit happens. So you're dealing with that. And the social media aspect of all these people now turning and looking at your videos, 50 Cent's videos, this girl Tammy, and all that type of stuff. Cuffy, before the internet, this is for like Meech or people that don't know, like that might be in Meech's situation. Before the internet phase, a Cuffy could have these jail phone calls home, right? And it doesn't really go anywhere past who he's talking to or that circle or maybe the streets in that neighborhood or maybe even if you're lucky that city gets the word. It's the internet now. I don't know who the fuck Cuffy is. I found out his name a couple weeks ago, right? I don't even know where he's serving time. Yet I could right now in 3 seconds pull up his jail phone call of him expressing all of this, how he got told on and why he's sitting there doing 20 plus and who Tammy is and his affiliations with Big Meech. I can listen to that. The civilians are empowered to fuck the civilians. Everybody's empowered by the internet. I don't got nothing to do with Jay-Z or Diddy or Little Durk or none of them. And in 5 seconds, I can pull up their paperwork and say, oh shit, this person is telling, or that name is redacted, or this says confidential informant number 1 next to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Meech is also up against. And I say all of that to say, in this social media internet era, plus your opponent happens to be 50 Cent, plus you want to possibly get legal money out of the music industry. You want to use your reputation, you want to use your name, you want to use your credibility to move and shake. Get a deal over here, get a walkthrough over here, get a booking over there, get an out, start a label maybe, right? Because you can't come in and jump back into the streets. Like, they kept you there for 20 years for a reason. And then you come out, you got all these eyes on you. It's already the internet, like we said. These people can't move around the way that they was doing in the DVD era. Like, Big Meech needs to clean it up. 50 Cent is over here posting that I helped your family get $5 million in legal, legitimate money. That's the type of situation that Big Meech needed to come home and get himself into. So I say all of that to say Big Meech needs to clear his name. He needs to clear his name. Or else an attack like this from 50 plus the social media internet world, which is already blowing up behind this shit. And I would say by looking around, not everybody's like me. Like, I'm going to sit in the middle, I'm going to chill out, and I'm going to just wait for the rest of the details. I'm not jumping out the window in either direction. 70% of the internet, they don't give a fuck about nobody. They don't be carrying them type of principles. They see one story, they see the other story, they make a decision, they say, guilty. That's what the internet is doing. They're saying guilty of 50's accusations. Big Meech needs to clean this up. He needs to clear his name. He needs to clear his name. I don't know if that's doing a paper. I can keep going, man. Look at T.I. I can keep going. Look at T.I. T.I. has been dealing with people playing with his name for what, 15 years at least now or some shit. When did he get grabbed for the fully autos and the silencers and the machine guns and all? When did he get grabbed for that? Right? He recently he's been dealing with that for fucking double digit. Yeah, and he still just went through that again with Boosie. Let's have a paperwork party and all this type of shit. Because the internet. The fucking internet. Boosie does an interview. He says something. Next thing you know, their co-album is off and all this shit. Meech needs to clear his name. And the same way the internet puts you in this, the only thing that can take you out of this is the internet. You can't apply local, regular, old school DVD era street rules to fixing this. The internet is required to fix this. So somebody in Big Meech's spot needs to like do a video, not saying, hey, never folded, never told. He needs to put proof out. Or he doesn't have to. You know, like I don't have a horse in the race. I'm just reading the reality of this shit. If he wants to fix his reputation and he wants to move and shake in the music, people won't even. I think that concert got canceled because people was scared to stand next to the situation right now because of the allegations and because of crossing 50 Cent. That's what I believe. Because Rick Ross didn't even fully address it yet. I just got word it was canceled. You're in the fucking middle of it. Now all of a sudden you don't got nothing to say? Yeah, all right. Get the fuck out of here. You got to do like a video. Or somebody else could do it for you. Give it to a big platform. Give it to No Jumper or Academics or Joe Budden Podcast or some people that I'm naming probably don't even want to be involved in it. But you got to give it. Go on Vlad. Meech, go on Vlad for free. Vlad would love that interview. A lot of people would love that interview. Go on Vlad with your paperwork or whatever. I mean, you're still going to have to combat this possible Tammy documentary. And if Tammy gets in this documentary and says flat out, I told in collaboration, third party with Big Meech, and then she has any phone calls, which is what 50 is alluding to, any text messages or any paperwork to supplement that, it's definitely an uphill battle. But the only way to combat it is with black and white and on the internet. This is like the perfect time for the outro.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And
Shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a guy